Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome everyone back to another weekend. Just learning something from Gurbani, sharing some of the experiences, and making myself learn with the blessings of all of you. Hope all of you are doing good. And in today's session, we discuss few things about how we can keep ourselves positive in whatever environment, whatever ecosystem we may live in. However, may the system is weak or strong, we still need to and learn how we can keep ourselves positive. When I was thinking of making, let's say, some notes or discussing, making myself learn, I thought about Mool Mantra. And I remember when I was about to select the topic for my PhD, I read some of the references. This is going back in 2004, 2005, and at that time I was inclined to do PhD in religious studies, and I was searching some topics, and during my research I found a topic on Mool Mantra. And at that time I read someone did some research, and they mentioned that this Mool Mantra have got 10 elements or 10 parts, not 10 parts, 10 elements in it. And so the elements are like Ik Oankar, Satnam, Karta Purakh, Nirpao, Nirvair, Akal Murat, Ajuni, Sapang, Gur Prasad, Jap, Aad Sach, Jugad Sach, Happy Sach, Nanak Hosi, P Sach. I don't remember the name of the guy. He was a Punjabi person from Punjab who did this whole research, and very beautifully they explained this whole Mool Mantra into 10 elements. And when I was thinking about how to start today's topic and what we should be covering, those thoughts came in my mind ki out of the Mool Mantra, all of us say that we are Sikh or we are Punjabi, we follow Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj gave us the Mool Mantra as the very first thing which they gave us. But still we haven't got that much happiness in our life which we should be having. Still we are not that much positive which we should be. Still we don't feel the positivity or optimism in our lives which we should be, because we follow Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, and Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj never felt negative, never felt bad, never gone into the pessimistic mode. Jinniyan vi sakhiyan, jinna vi itihas apane sunaya ya pata ya, it all leads to one, it all converges to one thing, that Maharaj is always positive. But then if the leader, if the Guru is always positive, why the students are not getting the positivity into their lives? There's something missing. Something definitely missing. If all of us have been to the schools, universities, colleges, if our professors and lecturers are teaching us something, if they have learned something, and if we are listening to them, then definitely we're going to be following them and we're going to be achieving what they achieved. But we as a Sikhs, or we as Punjabi people who say that we follow Guru Nanak, or Guru Nanak is our Guru, or Tan Guru Nanak, or whatever, why we haven't got the kind of Maharaj's positive mindset in our lives? One of the reasons that Mool Mantra I'm not going any far into Gurbani. Let's stick to the Mool Mantra. How many elements of the Mool Mantra we are actually following? I mentioned in the beginning that the PhD research on someone said there are 10 elements of Mool Mantra, starting from Ik Oankar to Nanak Hosi Pi Sach. And if we follow just one or two elements of Mool Mantra, we can easily get away all our negative thoughts. And those possible two elements of Mool Mantra are Nirpao, Nirvair. How many of us are following 20% of Mool Mantra? 20% of Mool Mantra, and in next few minutes I will explain that if we follow just 20% of the Mool Mantra, negativity will not touch our lives. Anything else may touch, negativity will not touch. Out of whole of the Mool Mantra, if we even just stick to two different things, two elements, Nirpao and Nirvair of Mool Mantra, we can easily take out all the negativity and throw it in the bin. Now let's pick up the meaning of Nirpao first. Nirpao is a quality of Maharaj. God is without fear. Maharaj kisi kolo pay nahi rakhde. Pay means fear. Nirpao means no fear. Maharaj is Nirpao, and we have been given the task to become Nirpao. Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj ji also said very similar thing, that Maharaj, or those who are following the path to become one with Maharaj, they, for them, is ਭੈ ਕਾਹੂ ਕੋ ਦੇਤ ਨਹਿ ਨਹਿ ਭੈ ਮਾਨਤ ਆਨ. ਨਾ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਫੀਅਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਨਾ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਫੀਅਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ. So don't think it's just a one-way traffic. We got fear of something. It applies us giving fear to someone else also, because that's a godly quality. Now fear could be anything. Fear could be fear of defeat, of competition, losing something we attach to, fear of not gaining due to our own greed, something which we didn't got at right time, we think, fear of committing something wrong, fear of getting caught by someone, fear of losing in the hands of others' ego, someone else will win, I will lose, fear of getting our past disclosed, whether this past is good or bad, but we got this fear. No one should get to know about our past. Fear of not achieving in the future, fear of not doing something which we want to do in future. All different types of fears are not letting us become positive. Why? Because we are not following 10%, just even 10% of Mool Mantra, trying in becoming Nirpao. ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਭਾਵ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਫੇਅਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਡਰਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਆ ਐਂਡ ਹੋਰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਡਰਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਹੋਰਨਾਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਪਾ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਡਰਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਮੇਕਿੰਗ ਅਦਰ ਪੀਪਲ ਆਲਸੋ ਬਿਕਮ ਫੇਅਰ, comes in fear. Now if we just start following 10% of the Mool Mantra and try and become Nirpao, ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ fear ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, this element of fear start going away from our lives and the positivity start coming into the life. Second element of the Mool Mantra, and again I'll come to the examples later on, how we can get away, or we can get away those thoughts which are not letting us become Nirpao and which are not letting us become Nirvair. Now what is Nirvair? What is Vair? Being inimical with someone. And what is Nirvair? Maharaj's quality. Maharaj is Nirvair. They are not enemy of anyone. They are not enemy of any single person. I think I mentioned last time or sometime in the past, it's very difficult to think the way Maharaj do. It's very difficult. I mean, if someone is committing robbery at this time, Maharaj will still give them the roti and pani and cha, coffee, whatever they deserve. But if we as a human being in a worldly level, we see someone is committing robbery, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੋ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਗਾਲਾਂ ਕੱਢੋਗੇ, ਦੋ ਫਿਰ ਛਿੱਤਰ ਲਾਓਗੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਦੋ ਫਿਰ ਡੰਡੇ ਮਾਰੋਗੇ, ਤੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਖਾਣਾ ਪੀਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੋਗੇ. This is a fact, and this is the difference between a human being and Maharaj. Why? Because we are still not following those godly qualities, and unless and until we try and walk on this path to become Nirvair, this negative thoughts or negativity keep coming back in our mindset. Why? Because we all of the time we thinking about Vair, we thinking about being inimical, we thinking about being let's say villain to someone, wanting to destroy someone, looking at other people's fault, never want to see the good qualities in anyone. These are the times when we are in our Vair mode, when in our enemy mode, when we continuously burn inside because we cannot see someone is enjoying. If the neighbor have got, let's say, someone's birthday, or they bought something, They might be happy. Instead of us being happy, we start feeling jealousy with them. Why? How are they being happy than myself? We forgot that someday in the past, we were also happy. Our children had also had the birthdays. We also celebrated our anniversaries. We forgot those times because in the mind we have got this war going on 24/7. We have got this war going on. Why there's competition? Facebook, Google, Microsoft. There's war going on. One is top, other is bottom. One is up, other is high, low, below. Stock market, shares, these banks, all the competition around the countries, businesses, they just work on this one principle, war. कि एक दूसरे दे नाल इन्ना वैर रखना, कट 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 वड़ के खा जाना है, वड़ के खा जाना है. However, Maharaj ਦੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੈਰ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. They, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj doesn't believe in war. If they would have believed in war, when Maharaj become target of those Koda Rakhash, or when Maharaj become target of those people who wanted to make harm to Maharaj, wanted to harm Maharaj, then Maharaj would have easily made them अपनी शक्तियाँ वर्त के मारे ने पता नहीं की कर लेना सीगा उन्होंने नाल. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj never did anything. When we feel insecure of something outside world, we started becoming wary of them. There are so many other reasons, and then this negative thought process started growing inside, either out of fear or out of war or out of enmity. These are the biggest possible reasons why we start thinking negative. And giving an example, all of us, most of us have got gardens in our houses. When the weed start growing in the garden, and if we leave the weed to keep growing, after few days, few weeks, we end up seeing a very big growth of the weed. But if in the first instance, when we notice the weed, if we cut it down, if we cut out the negative thought, it will not grow. It's easier to take out some part of the weed from the garden, and it will be a bit quicker, it will be easier. You may not be needing big gardening machines and stuff, but it will grow. If it grow bigger, then there's some kind of a mission to actually get rid of the weed. Then we might have to use all those pesticides and different type of chemicals. We may need bigger machines, may need a whole day, may need to ask someone to come and help. So getting rid of the bigger negative thought, it's even more difficult, and sometimes it just don't go from our minds. This situation, when we say we become wary or we become fearful, we need to think, we in that kind of situation we even forget who is our closest family member and who is not. Let me tell you one story quickly. There was a son, 4-year-old, 5-year-old. There was a father, 25, 30, 35, and there was a grandfather, 60-ish, 65-ish. All three of them are sitting on the bench of the garden, and there is a tree, and there is a sparrow sitting on the branch of the tree. So you got three people in garden sitting on the bench, 4-year-old son, 30 years old father, and let's say 60 years old grandfather. Now they all having their happy time. We talking about nirpao, nirvair. People even forget कि ऐसी किस तरह behave करना है, because out of our own power, out of our own fear, out of our own inimical mindset, negativity. 4-year-old son is asking to the dad, what is this? What is that black thing sitting on the branch of the tree? And the dad is saying, that's a sparrow. It's a bird. It can fly. The name of this bird called sparrow, and so on. After few minutes, the son again asked. That sparrow flew away. Another bird came and sat on a very similar branch, and now the son has asked again that, Dad, what is this? What is that? And Dad again explained, this is a sparrow, putter. This I got this, I got beak, and so and so and so on. Again explained everything. And this grandfather, who is watching the common conversation, is watching very cleverly. And another time, this son asked, Dad, what is this? And the dad again explained, you're very small, it's a sparrow, it will fly very high, they come to this area in this season, they're very lovely, and so on. Now son got up and went to play. Now this grandfather is watching the son. Now this grandson got up and went to play in the grass. Now you got two people left, son and grandfather. So grandson gone, son left, and this grandfather who is sitting on the same bench. Now this grandfather, just to show someone like myself what will happen, how people will behave out of their negative mindset, this grandfather asked very same question from the son. Son, I can see something on the branch, but because my eyes have grow old, I cannot make out what is it. Is it a sparrow? Is it a crow? Is it a parrot? What it is? And son says, oh, come on, Dad, you know this is a sparrow. You know this is a sparrow. Come on. Son gone back to his newspaper, and father, the grandfather, now thought, okay, at least he's replied to me. After few minutes, grandfather is again asking the son, the 60 years old, again asking 35 years old, ki, son, I think there's something else over there. I can feel there's something else over there. What is it? And the son shut the newspaper and he says, Father, I've told you, this is sparrow. I've just told you. There's nothing else there. Don't worry. You don't need to be scared. There's nothing else. It's just the same sparrow which is sitting there from last few minutes. Okay, fair enough. After a few more minutes, this grandfather is again asking. So this father, 65-year-old father, again asking his son, who is 35, his son, I think something has changed. Now something else is sitting. I can feel that someone has flew and something else is sitting. And now this son, 35-year-old son, got furified, and he got a bit angry. Throw the newspaper. Father, I've told you, this is a sparrow. Why you don't understand me? Why you not listening to me? And this son, who is 35 years old, he got up and went. And this grandfather is now talking to the audience. He said, this is the difference. This is the difference when you think negatively. For your own son, who is 4-year-old, you were so positive because you wanted to make them learn. You wanted to make them see the new world. You were so positive. But for your own father, who made you watch this whole world, who made you see this whole world, you become so negative for the same question, for the same answer, within the same atmosphere. This is the difference, Satsangaji, between the positive mindset and the negative mindset. Because at that time, the son, who is 35-year-old, he got in the mindset, oh, now he's testing me. What is happening? He's not listening to me. The fear mode, the angry mode, the mode of this vairta. मैं कुछ गलत कह रहा या मैं कुछ गलत किया है बच्चा कुछ कह नहीं सकता उन्होंने. 4-year-old cannot say anything. 4-year-old have to believe. Even if father would have said, this is a snake, this is a dinosaur, even then son would have believed. 4-year-old would have believed. But because this father, 65-year-old person, knows what is true, what is false, this 35-year-old started thinking a discomfort. Is it testing? Is it testing? Why he's asking me again and again? He cannot even tolerate to answer his own dad. Instead of being thankful, he cannot even answer. This is the difference. Without even knowing, without even realizing, this positive mode of teaching someone changes to such a negative mode of becoming conflicting and threw the newspaper and went off from the scene. This is the difference, Sangaji. This is not Guru Nanak's philosophy. Guru Nanak's philosophy is ek drisht kar sam kar jaan. Se sirf ikko nazariye naal sareyan nu dekhna hai. Bachcha hove ਭਾਵੇਂ buzurg hove. And this is the reason why we are losing our elder generation. Why there is a big generation gap? Because we are living under the influence of fear. We are living under the influence of enmity with anyone to everyone, which is resulting the negative mindset, which is resulting in all the consequences further on. So how we can control? how we can control and how we should be controlling it. There is a difference. We can control via Gurbani. We know this fact. We as Sikhs, or we as Punjabi, or let's say in the religious and the spiritual world, there is a very, 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 very helpful guide, Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And any religion, any religious text is helpful. The technique which we can follow, and this is again going back to some research in a very philosophical way. There's a technique called CHA, CHA. These three letters can help us making positive. How? This technique, which is called CHA, CHA, I mean, it's a CHA, it's like it's a very positive feeling. CHA, having CHA for someone, having longing for someone or something. CHA, it's not like tea, it's not the CHA, it's not Punjabi CHA. Oh, CHA le aade ka ke? It's not that CHA, it's a CHA, longingness. C stands for change the focus. Change the focus. Straight away, in the situation we are in, we should be changing the focus. Gurbani says, ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਪਤਾ ਆ, ਤੁਮ ਕਰੋ ਭਲਾ ਹਮ ਭਲ ਹੋ ਨਾ ਜਾਣੋ. Maharaj is doing pala. We don't want to make it look like it is a pala for ourselves. So tum karo pala hum pal ho na jano. Change the focus. Tum karo pala sanu Maharaj toda kita hoya pala sanu vi pala lage. Many of us have been to the situation of joblessness. Many of us, or may encounter this situation where we don't have the job with us. Now, instead of worrying about having not job, instead of worrying about not having good job, instead of just wasting time in crying or just doing gossiping with the people, what we should be doing? Changing the focus. Changing the focus how? We should be spending more time applying jobs. We should be spending more time developing our interviewing skills. We should be spending more time reading personality development blogs or articles or newspapers, refreshing our knowledge, talking to the people who are at higher management, just gaining more information about the market, how much we know about the market we are in, how much we know about the industry we are in. All these things will definitely gonna help us getting a new job instead of just creeping or just crying about not having a job. It's just a change of focus, Sangaji. And change of focus also means the change of the ways we do work. जे इक्को तरीके नाल जॉब अप्लाई करी जानी है, इक्को indeed.co.uk ते बड़ी जाना सवेरे शाम in not using different routes, not applying different various ways. Even that's not like, that's becoming a stale practice. अपना focus हमेशा change करना है and make it look practical, practically doable. C stand for change in focus. I was there was a movie in Bollywood. I don't remember the name of the movie, but we were very, very small. I think very young, maybe 10, 12 years old. There was a movie, and in this movie, the actor was Amir Khan. And I don't remember who was, I don't know the person who was a cap. This movie is all about the ship. The whole of this movie, it just goes, all of the actors and actresses just stay in the ship for the whole of the movie. And it was a bit sad movie, emotional movie. Someone got cancer or something in the movie, and all of these people in the ship try to cure this lady, but at the end it didn't work out. When this ship is starting, the captain of the ship, they said, "Chalo, abhi आओ, abhi सारे के सारे भगवान को अरदास करेंगे." So let's do prayer to Maharaj. Ki all of this suffer, all of this journey go very nicely, peacefully. Some of the people who were cynical, who were atheists, who didn't believe in Maharaj, no God, nindak, slanderer, apne aap te zyada bharosa rakhan wale, egoistic, they said, "What? You don't need to do anything, any ardas now. You don't need to do prayer now. It's a very nice day out there. There is no turbulence in the water." Someone texted me the name of the movie called Man. I don't remember the name. So the name of the movie was Man, in the Amir Khan. Amir Khan was the actor of this movie. And this captain said, well, fair enough, whoever wants to join me, I'm going to do the prayer, because that's what I do every time I start off the ship as a captain. If you want to join me, otherwise it's up to you. They joined him, and soon after this they found turbulence in the ocean. The mausam starting getting kharab, the weather starting getting very fierce, and now these guys, all of them, started doing prayer. And they sent invitation to the captain, and they sent an invitation and said, Captain, join us for the prayer. And captain said, मैं अपनी prayer कर ली सीगी, मैं अपनी prayer उस time कीती सीगी जदों सारा कुछ ठीक सीगा, हुन मौसम खराब है, मैं हुन अपने ship ते focus करना आया. Now I will be focusing on the ship, not on the prayer. I pray at all the time, always. I don't wait for the things to go wrong. I don't wait for things to become negative and then I pray, then I remember God. I pray every time. So मैं अपनी prayer कर ली है. जिन्हां नूं लोड़ है, तुसी लोकी मतलबी हो. You are mean people. You are selfish. You are only remembering God when things have started going wrong. You should not be doing that. So this is an example where we should be thinking कि तुम करो भला साध संगत जी, हम भलो ना जानो. सानू change the focus every time, every moment of the life. We should be remembering Maharaj with positive mindset. Positivity, if we keep in our mind, then no matter if there is a turbulence in the ocean or whatever is happening, we will always feel positive. Even if death comes, even if death came to Pai Taru Singh, they still were positive. They still were thanking ki Maharaj, you took seva from me of the Singhs. You took seva of few Singhs of Prashade di seva from me, no matter if meri jaan jandi hai te jave. So this also bring us to the changing the focus. Gurbani di panktiyan Maharaj di Gurbani vich aunde a कि गुरसिख मीत चलो गुरु चाली. किस तरह चलिए? महाराज कहते हैं कि Sikhs or friends, we should always walk on the Guru's path. Guru's path kiya to become nirpao, to become nirvair. 20% of the Mool Mantra only. We are not even talking about the whole 100% Saad Sangat ji yet. Only 20% of Mool Mantra, if we start following, this negativity will not come into our mind. And you will feel, we will all feel the difference as soon as we start following these two qualities, these two elements from the Mool Mantra. Jo Guru ka hai sohi pal mano, har har katha nirali. Jo Guru Sahib ne kiya, ki kya Guru Sahib ne? Being nirvair. Ki kya Guru Sahib ne? Being nirpao. This is what Guru Sahib is saying. Second way of doing is, you remember the cha, CHA, is having faith. Having faith, the faith which Makhan Shah Lubana had on Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, on Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Again, very similar example, captain and the ship. This time he was a very big businessman, very turbulent ocean, things were going very wrong, but he had this faith in Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Maharaj, you can only save me, no one else can save me. And then Guru Nanak Maharaj saved. Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj Ji saved. It's not like Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj didn't listen to them. They listened and they saved this whole ship full of his whole vyapar, full of his whole goods, and he ended up coming and ended up making Guru Tegh Bahadur Maharaj Pargat in front of all the Sangat. Such a big gift of his faith, such a big outcome of having faith in the Guru. Very similarly, the faith which captain shows in Maharaj. So C stands for change the focus. H stands for having faith. I think I've got 7 more minutes left with me, and we need to go through the last element of cha, which is A. And A stands for, and this is the most difficult. This is the easily ignorable factor, which is appreciate, being appreciative. Ki asi we take things, or somehow we start taking things for granted. We've been given a son, we've been given a daughter, we've been given our eyes, our hairs, our teeth, our nose, our ears, and we start taking things for granted. Many times we don't realize how much difficult it is to earn these things, how much difficult it is to actually reach to the stage where we can actually get these things. And just giving few examples, if we talk to our mothers, ask them how much difficult it is to actually give a birth to a child. Hold 9 months, Sat Sangat Ji, not 1 day, not 2 days, not 9 days, not 9 weeks, for 9 months. The pain a mother go through is only can be only felt by a mother or a woman, because the woman da hirda inna vadda hunda hai. We people start taking things for granted, start taking things, oh mere naal te hamesha changa hi hona hai, kadi mada hona hi nahi hega hai. And in this process we start thinking, yeah, maine hamesha changa hi milna hai, kadi mada. We forgot कि साढ़े नाल किन्ना चंगा महाराज already कर रहे हैं. Appreciate. And the moment we become non-appreciative, the moment we become non-shukrana, the moment we become akirtakan, that's the moment the negativity crosses, because then we start comparing, hun mere kol eh nahi hega, hun mere kol oh nahi hega, and that's the moment when we start going against Maharaji's wish and will, become non-appreciative. If we compare this moment, now this is today's, what is today's date? 27th of June. 27th of June is today, and right now in India it's 34 past 11. Some of the Sangat is from England, so you must be having 4 past 7. Half 11 on 27th of June 2020. Will this time come again in anyone's life? Will I be able to see half 11, 27th of June 2020 ever again in my life? No. So should we not be enjoying this moment? Should this moment is not big enough for ourselves to be happy? Should this one, even if someone is suffering with cancer, even if someone is suffering with AIDS, even if someone is suffering with coronavirus, they are still alive. They are not dead yet. And once we are dead, we cannot feel anything. Then we are gone. So this particular moment is big in itself enough for us to be happy, for us to be appreciative, for us to be something which we look forward. हाँ, ये moment दोबारा कदी आना नहीं हैगा यार. यही महाराज कहते हैं. एक गुरबानी दी पंक्ति है साध संगत जी. हम आदमी हाँ एकदमी. ये दम आ रहा है, अगले दम दा सानू नहीं पता. अगले दम दा सानू नहीं पता कि आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. यही महाराज कह रहे हैं कि गुरसिख मीत चलो गुरु चाली. महाराज दी चाल चलिए. महाराज की कह रहे हैं? हम आदमी हैं एकदमी. Think about this moment. Live this moment. None of us have seen tomorrow. None of us have seen half an hour from now. None of us have seen even 1 minute from now. Anything can happen. But because we think negative for so long, अगले साल की होना है, अगले महीने की होना है, मेरे एग्जाम्स आने लग गए, और मेरा बच्चे दा बच्चा नहीं हो रहा, मेरे बेटे ने होने तक बोलना नहीं शुरू किया, and so on, so many different things, because we feel we can control things. We feel, and this is fear. Again, going back to Nirpao, this is all fear in our mind. Ki all this fear let us think negative. And but if we become nirpao, then there is no fear, there is no negativity. No negative thoughts will come into our mind. Only these two things, nirpao and nirvair. बहुत सारी तरीके हैगे या negative thoughts to get rid of करन दे. But only these two qualities, if we start implementing into our lives, being nirvair, किसी नाल वैर कमाना या किसी दी निंदा करनी है. People just keep thinking about the negative thing, keep thinking about the different reasons, different kind of opportunities to make other people look down. What's the use? Nothing. And then we start feeling negative. Then we start 24 घंटे नेगेटिविटी दे विच रहना है. पॉजिटिविटी कित्थों आनी है नेड़े? फिर लोग कहते मेरा मन नहीं टिकदा आ, मैनू गुरबाणी कंठ नहीं हुंदी आ, मैनू ये बीमारी हो गई, मेरा इदां हो गया. Because we are going away from Maharaj. We are going, and what irony is this, कि we ourselves are going away from Maharaj. We want to go closer to Maharaj. However, our deeds are such that our deeds are taking us away from Maharaj. जे किसी दी सस ने अपनी नूह नूं कुछ कहता, लै उन्हें गालां कढ़नियां शुरू करतियां, मैं हुण इनू दस्सूं, हुण मैं इहदा बदला लऊं, हुण मैं इनू दस्सूं, मैं नहीं बुलाउंदी इनू, मैं नहीं करदी इनू. नो, वी फॉरगॉट उहदे विच भी महाराज बैठे आ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ, ਔਰ ਸੱਸ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੀ, ਨੂੰਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ. ਵੀ ਫੋਰਗੋਟ, ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ. ਹਾਂ, ਲੇਕਿਨ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੜੂਗੇ. ਹਰ ਬਿਨ ਵਰਨਾ ਦੇਖੋ ਕੋਈ, ਨਦਰੀ ਹਰ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਆ. ਰੋਜ਼ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਫਿਰ ਕਾਤੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ? ਵਾਇਆ ਵੀ ਰੀਡਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਪੰਕਤੀ. ਵਾਏ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ have gave this ਪੰਕਤੀ into our nickname daily. Read. At least someday my Gursikh will start following it. At least some moment of life he will realize, no, don't say negative, don't be inimical to anyone, don't give fear to anyone, because it's me, it's not anyone else. You are living in duality, you are living in two worlds. You don't have to live in two worlds. That person sitting in front of you is no one else, is me, myself. And even if that person chopped the head off, that's fine, because it's not the person, it's Maharaj who have made it happen. Oh, apni di positivity, and this is the quality which Bhai Kanhaiya ji attained. This is the quality which Bhai Kanhaiya ji adopted, and that's why he started giving water to everyone in the war field, and that's why Maharaj gave them the medicine box, and from that onwards Bhai Kanhaiya ji started doing the medical aid for the wounded soldiers, whether they belong to the enemy side or the friend side. So Saad Sangat ji, ये qualities हैगियां, they are there since Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj have brought them, but it's just a big gap between ourselves and our understanding. I've only got, I think, 39 seconds left. I would request, and to myself also, कि we should start thinking about following at least these two qualities from this moment onwards. Stop seeing anyone as enemy, stop seeing anyone, or stop getting anyone's fear, or stop giving anyone's fear. These qualities will take us closer to Maharaj, and these qualities will help getting rid of negativity from our mind, because when we won't be having fear, we won't be inimical, there will be no negativity. So bol diya to, I think if I did any mistake, I'll apologize from everyone. And remember this chart technique: C, H, A, C, change the focus, H, have faith, A, appreciate, be appreciative. These three things, if we remember always, definitely we can easily get rid of some part of our negativity. And if this session can help you guys to take away only a little percentage of the negativity out of the mind, then obviously this Sangat is been very fruitful. This time was very fruitful. So again, I apologize from everyone. Next week we'll have you darshan again. Till then, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.